Hey guys, Mike here with another video, and today, or this one is going to be Fantastic Four number 604. Um, it's actually the end of the Forever arc. Um, it's a special oversized issue. Usually Fantastic Four is $2.99. This one's $3.99. Oh yeah, so it's the conclusion of Jonathan Hickman's Forever arc. It's showcasing the return of Johnny Storm, but not only that, the reuniting of the Fantastic Four and the end of it's all Celestials and the Council of Reed. So, what happened is they sort of explain what happened. So from the future, Valeria and Franklin Richards have decided to change their past. So they sort of decide to meddle with time. Franklin, um, young Franklin was guided by this mysterious white figure to practice his powers um, in the universe that he created, the reality, the baby universe he created. Galactus started fighting Celestials, but was taken down. But it bought enough time for Franklin and Valeria from the future to show up. So this issue starts off. You see Sue, you see Reed, you see everyone, the Future Foundation staring into the sky, and Nathaniel Richards, it worked. Yeah, I guess. You see Franklin and his sister, and you see Valeria tell her brother, you are my favorite hero. And the Celestials take a look at Franklin, and they see that, this is a mutant beyond Omega classification, reality altering powers. He is something else. He is something else that they are not prepared for right now. Like he is dangerous. So he sends them. He waves his hands and they disappear. And Nathaniel sees them, and that he's been planning this. And Franklin somehow managed to open a doorway for them to get to this place. And Nathaniel tells them, one of the Reeds died to give them some time, but they have something else to do, and they should say hi to their parents. So Reed talks to older Franklin, and you destroyed them. You could do that now with the wave of your hand. He's like, no, he sent them to the center of a planet, a gas giant, but they'll be back. It'll just distract them. And if Reed wants to know, can you beat them? And he's like, I have to. But like apparently, Reed has died when Franklin was a kid in from future Franklin's point of view. That's why he's changing time. Um, so Franklin talks to little Franklin, and little Franklin's like, "Oh, this is weird. You're not in my head anymore." Um, but he decides to. He takes his powers out of somehow. He takes a glowing orb out of his chest, gives it to older Franklin. I don't know if this is enough, but I hope it is. Um, but they both sense that the Celestials come back, and older Franklin flies off into the sky. And Steve Epting's art for this is just it's amazing, I guess. That's the only way to put it down. Not many books do this cosmic level fighting well, or just like it's bright. There's laser beams everywhere. Franklin's just blowing shit up, um, shooting laser beams. Everyone's like, um, and they want to know, can Franklin win? His parents want to know, and Nathaniel says no against the three Celestials. No. But Franklin's gonna find a way because he has to. And Nathaniel explains that he has seen this day thousands of times, or hundreds of times. And he has tried. And he's tried to manipulate it and tried to change things, and he's failed in every one. And he realizes, and he explains this is the day that his sins caught up to him. It's the day that Reed dies. But Franklin figured it out, older Franklin, and he didn't want that to happen. To grow up without a father, and as you see, as this explains, you see Franklin. He's just tearing, and he tears one Celestial apart. He just blows up his skull. Um, And Nathaniel explains how this all happened, and it happens when Reed walks through the bridge. Um, and Sue's like, so if he walked through the bridge, and no, Nathaniel explains, no, there is no if. He always will walk through the bridge. Um, and he always meets the Council of Reeds, and he always helps them build suns, and they always wake the Celestials, and the Celestials always try to kill him, and they do kill him. And he explains, he sort of explains that, as his father, as Reed's Nathaniel, as Reed's father, he watched his son pay the price for being a part of the Council of Reeds, even though he's a good person at heart, you know, and that's all he could do. But he explains, that's how every parent is. They raise their kid, they try to teach them morals and all this good stuff. You do your best, and one day you die, and that's all that's left is your child and who they are. And he's like, and look at your son. This is who he is. And then he explains throughout time, throughout the universe, Galactus is in space and time. Galactus is a constant. He exists in every universe throughout space and time, and he has many heralds. And he's, but this is a little spoilerish, not really, but he explains that Franklin only has one herald himself. And you see Franklin throw this ball of energy and say rise, and he says, to me, my Galactus. You saw how back when Silver Surfer was his the Herald of Galactus, to me, my Surfer, and more recent, to me, my Herald. So yeah, so he summons Galactus. He fuses Galactus with this blue energy, and Galactus teleports there. And then you see the reactions of the other members of the Future Foundation, and Ben Grimm's like, kid, you're to little Franklin, you're something else. And Valerius explains you didn't tell me this would happen. You didn't tell me it would be Franklin. I thought it was gonna be Galactus or the weapon, but no. And older Valeria explains that they couldn't be trusted as a young child to interfere. So they only had one role to play. They only were told what they needed to be told. And Valeria explains Reed made the wrong choice about the council. I guess in terms of joining the council or just creating the bridge to the council, which is how I guess this all unfolded. So Nathaniel explains this all happens because Reed tried to join the council to make a better world, but he couldn't do the same thing the other Reeds did, um, because they were willing to sacrifice everything for the betterment of mankind, for the greater good. But Reed wasn't willing to sacrifice the family, and that is the difference between him and the other Reeds. And Franklin figured out, he was the one thing that the other Reeds didn't have. Um, and Franklin and Galactus just start whooping ass. They just start beating the shit out of these Celestials. They take them out. There's a big explosion of light, and then you see all the heroes: the Avengers, the Light Brigade, Future Foundation. As the light dies down, and they've won. And you see all the other people. See Ronan and Crystal. They were abandoned. You see people. You see Christoph Doom kneeling before a portal. Grieving the death of his father. And you see Galactus. Raising his hands, and you see sheltering Franklin. And you know, and he sort of ends it with, if you live, there's hope, and there's hope, there's tomorrow, and if there's tomorrow, then there's forever. And that's not how it ends actually. And then there's a short epilogue. So you see Franklin, and this is sort of a flashback to earlier in Jonathan Hickman's run with Reed and his dad. But it's reversed now. It's now Franklin and Reed. You see little Franklin. He's talking to his dad, and Reed's like, "I'm gonna catch you," and Franklin's like, "This isn't how it worked before. I don't want to do it." And Reed explains it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to fail, but not trying is not acceptable. You should try. You have to try. Because even if you fail, that's just one way it doesn't work. They go try again. So Franklin steals his resolve, and Reed says, "Now fly," and you see Franklin jump, and sort of you don't really know if he flies or not because he flew in future in FF against the because he is awesome. So this issue is actually really good. Probably my favorite issue of out of um, out of the entire Fantastic Four Forever arc, Forever run, um, including FF, the Future Foundation. Oh, sleepy yawn. Yeah, Jonathan Hickman does a great job of crafting the story. It's been long, it even throws back to issue with Reed and his dad early in the run, really early in the run, where Reed is jumping, or his dad's like, "I'll catch you," yada yada. So it throws back to that. So this arc has just been so long, and Jonathan Hickman actually is leaving Fantastic Four in a couple months. He only has 15 issues left between FF and Fantastic Four left before he moves on to whatever Marvel book he moves on to next. So I'm looking forward to where he goes, but I'm also looking forward to the end of his run on Fantastic Four. It's been a great run. It's a great story, solid. They tie up all the loose ends. What happened, why was this whole Council Reed Future Foundation, why was it formed? It's all a plan by Nathaniel to sort of build to this day to protect Reed and save him, and it's Franklin's idea, Future Franklin. Um, so yeah, art wise, Steve Epting was the artist. Great job. Probably one of the most awesome battle scenes I've seen in a while. Just between Galactus, Reed, Franklin, and the Mad Celestials. It is bright. There are explosions, there are bubbles. It is just not many people do the cosmic thing, as I said, right? Not a lot of people do it well. Steve Epting did a great job just showing it. It was just extremely well done. It's just laser beams everywhere. You don't really see that in comic books. In terms of not many people are when there's laser beams, it's not really like a shit ton of laser beams like on this scale. Like entire panels, it's just one panel, for example, would be just Franklin's face, and then there'd just be bright light all around it, like he's getting blasted, he's getting hammered by these lasers. And another it was him diving into another guy and blowing him up. It's pretty epic in terms of just like the scale of it. Um, Not much else to say. Great book. You guys should check it out. Maybe wait for the trade, whatever you do. Um, Thanks for watching. Not much to say. I'm gonna be giving this a 4 out of 5. Solid issue, great issue. Why I don't like giving 5 out of 5s because why doesn't it deserve 5 out of 5? I don't like giving 5 out of 5s personally. Not many books get a 5 out of 5 when I review them. I think I get Batman some of the Batman's 5 out of 5s. Just because the whole it's been doing something different. But yeah, 4 out of 5. Actually, it's not bad. It's a great book. I'm thinking about changing my review system. But yeah, you guys should check it out. Thanks for watching. I have one more video coming up tonight, but that's about it. Not much to say. Hope you guys have a great week. Enjoy whatever books you're reading, and thanks for watching. Subscribe, you know the drill. The subscribe button's on there, I think, or up there. I don't know. Thanks for watching, guys.